One man, one hero, one mission. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You will get this one. He's right, though. You will get this one. My name's Jason, and this is You Put the Boom Boom Into My Heart, my 80s podcast. So please, please, please take a look at this and enjoy from the best decade ever. I'm back. Also, can you like, comment, subscribe, and follow? You know it makes sense. Yep, you beautiful lot. My name's Jason, and this is You Put the Boom Boom Into My Heart. Right, I've been asked to do quite a few quick movie reviews in the past couple of weeks. So I've done a few. So I've been asked by the amazing Mark to do An Officer and a Gentleman. Now, I've not seen this film. I have watched it, but not for a long, long time. And I thought, do you know what? I will watch it, and then I will do the review the next day. Because normally I watch them, and I do a couple of days. I've done it a week before, but I thought, no, I'll do it now and do it the next day because it's more in my head. I can remember most of it. Get to a certain age. We all know that, don't we? I can remember what I did in the 80s, but I can't even tell you what I did 2 hours ago. So this is my review of that amazing film, Officer and a Gentleman. Hold on a minute. I need to do something else, don't I? Better get into character. If you're going to review An Officer and a Gentleman, get in character. Right, this is an absolute incredible. I've watched this, but I don't think I watched it when I was younger. I think it was on and I saw it and told everybody that I'd watched it. This is an incredible 1982 film. Richard Gere and Debra Winger are absolutely powerful and incredible in this. So basically, I ain't going to go through the whole lot because it just ruins it. So you can go and watch it. So basically, Richard Gere's character has lost his mum from suicide. His dad's an arsewipe, if we're being honest. Sleeps around with all these young girls and pays for it. And there's one scene when Richard Gere wakes him up and there he is with hardly anything on with this young. You just think, you know what? Sick in my mouth, if I'm being honest. But his dad's a bit of an arsewipe and just wants his son to be exactly the same, I think, by the looks of it. But his son wants to do better, so he wants to go to the Navy. His dad just going, oh, yeah. I think his dad used to be, he was like in the Navy. He was quite high up, I think. But so that's how it starts. So they get there, they meet their person that's in charge of them, who's absolutely appeal to them all, which is like what they always are, aren't they, when you watch them and start shouting up and telling them that they're going to be going and they won't last here. There's only 2 people that come from where you come from, and that's so and so. And I hate the word queer anyway, but they use that word. It's from 1982. It is what it is. But just you can see as you watch it, Richard Gere's character just evolving and this obviously the sergeant doesn't really like him. Thinks he's just a bum, and because they find out he's got all this stash. He's been cleaning all these stuff for different people and collecting money for them to pay for it, and they find it eventually. So they all go off to have like leave, and this is the one time where Richard Gere's character is left with the boss bloke. And he just is relentless, and he's like out in the rain, spraying him with a hose pipe, and he's going, yes, sir, as you do, is the armour. Absolutely incredible. Richard Gere is just amazing in this. He doesn't give in. He's doing all these sit-ups. There's one point in there when they got the legs messed up, and you just think, I always thought my back would cave in. If that was mine, my back would have gone within about 20 minutes. Probably different if I'd have been as young as him. But yeah, and he just wants him to leave. He wants him to quit, but he won't quit. And then he tells him he quits, and it's quite a sad bit where he tells him that he's got nothing else, and so he becomes a completely different. So he's got some great friends in there. One of his friends. So he meets and then eventually he meets this woman called Paula, and his friend meets her friend. They know it's only 12 weeks. They know it is what it is. He goes off and does that. But I think his character, I forgot what I was going to say now. His character. Forgot what I was going to say. See me, my mind's overacting. So Patrick Dempsey, I nearly said. So Richard Gere's character falls in love with the woman Paula, and she does him. He gets to see her family. His dad doesn't like it. I think her mum years ago, because her mum warned her and said, "Oh, you know what I mean? She's been there, done that." Very raunchy. It's Richard Gere with hardly any clothes on. Take it or leave it. Handsome man, Richard Gere. I mean, he's a good-looking man now, but handsome man in this, especially in his uniform. Absolutely incredible. And acting is incredible. Debra Winger is just brilliant in this film as well. So they go off, they become friends, and then it you go through. I went up and down with these emotions. It's like and then the bit where so it comes to like halfway through, and his friend quits. Doesn't want to do it. He only did it because he thought they'd lost he's lost his brother, and he goes to the girl who, in just before that, I told him that she thought she was pregnant and obviously trying to trap him. And then he goes around and tells her that and then she tells him that she's not pregnant. And he said that he'd quit the navy like 2 weeks before and asked her to marry him. She's a troll from hell. She didn't want to marry him because she wanted to marry someone in the Navy that would take her somewhere. So he goes and gets absolutely paralytic. It's quite a sad thing. I'm not going to tell you. It's really sad what happens. I won't tell you, 'cause if you've not watched it, it's a big part of the movie. It's just an incredible part of the film. It's really sad. But you must have seen the iconic end bit, which is in the film from the Up Where We Belong. It's absolutely one of the most iconic things. So where she's in the factory and he just comes in with his uniform, scoops her up when they're playing that. Just an absolutely incredible aura. I would definitely give this 5 out of 5. I've not watched it for such a long time, but I just felt it was just absolutely brilliant. It was from start to finish. And like I said to you, I knew I'd watched it, but I don't think I'd watched it. I think I probably just like flickered little bits of it when I was younger. That's probably the only time I watched it. I mean, you're going back when I was like probably 14 or something. And so I watched it. Just you forget how great. I mean, we made some great 80s films in the 80s. I mean, I love all the 80s, as you know, but we made some great 80s movies. Some fun ones. Obviously, we had all the Breakfast Club, the Goonies, but Officer and Gentleman. Absolutely, absolutely incredible. If you get the chance, please go to your local VHS or Blockbuster store. Oh no, they don't do them anymore, Jay. And just go and get it. It's absolutely brilliant. Sit down in the evening, glass of bev, a glass of drink, and sit down and watch it. It is just absolutely phenomenal. I'd give it 55 out of 100, 55 out of 55, but 5 out of 5. An incredible film. Debra Winger, Richard Gere. To be honest, the whole cast was absolutely incredible. The sergeant, you know what I mean? I mean, he was just. I mean, there's a bit in there where he's had enough. Richard Gere, and they have this fight scene in it, him and his sergeant, and that's when all the respect. And then there's an end bit where they obviously when they qualify and they have to shake his. Oh, I have to be honest, I had a lump in my throat, and that takes a lot for me to get a little bit sadder, but just incredible. So if I was you, please go and watch it. 5 out of 5. And as we're doing it, let's get authentic. Have a good day, you beautiful lot. No, you're not looking at Ned Beveridge. How brilliant was that? Do you know what? I'm so lucky. I have some great, amazing guests come on. And I'm lucky enough that I do something that I absolutely love. 80s is literally an obsession of mine. So a big thank you to every single person that's come onto my show, that's left me a message and say, Jay, could you do this? Could you do that? I would love to be a guest. So please, that's another episode over with. So please follow, like, comment, subscribe. Anywhere you see us, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, you know it makes sense. Have a great day, you beautiful lot.